So very good afternoon. So we have presently Aditya Chopra, Ashutosh Sharma, Ayush Sharma, Raghav Singhal and Tanish Agarwal in the class. So and rest have also started joining. So you are most welcome. And let us just uh, let me just take you to the the revision portion which we will be covering today. Okay. Yes. So this is where we are. Can you see any slide on your laptop, on your system? Any sharing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you are seeing is this. Thank you. Yeah. I hope so.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So today we will be discussing the further things which we have from where we left yesterday. I hope all have joined. Let me just a moment. From here and onwards, we will start from consideration to capacity of contract and all. This is working a bit slower today. Yes. So from consideration and capacity to contract, we will be doing it. Fine. So let us just revise and then I will ask some questions to some of you so that we will have a revision. And Chirayu, have you joined? Chirayu, not yet joined. So fine, just let me just tell you that what we will be doing. Lagan, are you there? Naman?
Yes, sir. Naman.
Chirayu has also joined. Chirayu, are you there or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Please repeat
So
this.
there is an
Actually,
announcement
there was some
for all
issue.
of your class because you being a CR, you must take a note of it. What
Okay,
I
sir.
will be doing is I will be asking some question to some of the people as I was doing yesterday, and
Okay.
these questions if not answered, so I will
Hmm.
ask you to mark absent to them, right?
Okay, sir.
So you have to just after marking a absent means how absent will be marked. You have to send a WhatsApp message for all the absentees for the day that these
Okay,
people
sir.
are absent because they have not responded in the class. So I will call their name 3 times. If they are able to respond, then it is okay. Otherwise, absent will be marked. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Fine. And people, let me tell you that you one should not make an excuse. अब हमारे यहाँ पे network नहीं था, ये है वो है. So by the time this almost 1 month has passed, now you should at least arrange your good internet connection so that you can attend things sincerely and seriously. Okay, so you must have, you all of you should have this internet, otherwise there is no use of proceeding further. So let me just take you to the class now, means to the presentation itself. So here we go. So first is consideration and capacity to contract. So as we have studied, the consideration is nothing but something in return. So if somebody has not given that something in return, so the other person is now not bound by the contract. There are some exceptions to it. For example, A promises to make a gift of rupees 500 to B and subsequently changes his mind. So B cannot sue uh, against A because of the breach of the promise, because B has not given anything in return. So this is something which is one of the essentials of valid contract. And further, the definition of contract as per the Indian Contract 1872 under section 2D, when at the desire of promisor, the promisee or any other person has done, abstain from doing, or does or abstains from doing, or promises to do or abstain from doing something, such act or abstinence or promise is called consideration. So in this way, we can just conclude that consideration must move at the desire of promisor. Secondly, consideration may be present, past, or future, and it must be from the promisee or any other person. It should be from promisor or any other person. Okay, so it may move from promisee or any other person. Okay, there are certain cases which we have discussed that it is not necessary that it should move from promisor to promisee or promisee to promisor. It can be from any other person. So privity to contract actually tells you that a person who is a stranger to contract, whether he can file a suit against or not. So privity to contract is a doctrine that a stranger who is a stranger to the contract cannot file a suit against the party for recovery of his own things. Okay, but there are certain exception to it. So exception includes if somebody is a beneficiary under any agreement or any trust has been created for realizing that benefit, so that person will be, he can file a suit against the promisor for enforceability of the contract. In the same way, the assignee under the assignment is also one of the person, and the cases of family arrangement. So these are the exception to the privity, that even a stranger can file a suit, like some debt has been acknowledged and the receipt of the same. So, and in some, if there is a doctrine of estoppel, somebody has been stopped to just go for, and he can be also made liable. Sometimes where a person makes a promise to the individual for benefit of the third party and create a charge against the immovable property, in that case the third party can enforce the promise. Okay, so there are certain cases to privity of the contract that a stranger can also enforce the contract. Now there are certain kinds of consideration. I told you there are three types of consideration: executory, executed, or past consideration, or you can say the future, present, and past consideration. Okay, so consideration can be present, past, and future also. So there are certain rules which actually govern the consideration, which we have studied again in detail, that how the consideration will move, and it should be for mutuality, and then the consideration must be the acts of, it may be either, you can say, to do certain things or not to do certain things. It must be real definite and it should not be vague. Okay, so it should be, it may not be adequate also. So it's not necessary the consideration should be adequate. Totally depends on both the parties. Consideration must be lawful. So any illegal activity cannot be considered to be a consideration. A consideration must be something more than the promise that a person is really bound to do. Remember the case which I told you about a captain of the ship leaving the ship, and then afterwards again going for the duty for extra wages. So he will not be allowed to have extra wages because he is doing what he is supposed to do. Okay. So what are the cases? There are certain exception. Section 25 gives you some exception that when the consideration is not necessary. So when the contract is out of natural love and affection, and the contract has been registered. Okay, so there is something to compensate some person for a voluntary act done by him in the past, that can also be a consideration. So if a promise is in writing and signed by a person be charged or by his agent, or for any time bar debt, so that will also do not need any consideration. In the same way, according to section 185, anything which creates agency. So I told you while teaching agency that there is no need for consideration for creating any agency. Any gift which is actually made and is registered may not be out of love and affection, but it is a gift which is actually made. So that will also do not require any consideration. So there are certain illustrations also given on this. Okay. So next is your contractual capacity and capacity to contract. So contractual capacity comes when a person who are incapable of entering into a contract, minors, lunatics, and person who are disqualified. Minors, the contract is void ab initio, even it cannot be ratified afterwards. For lunatics, if the person is a lunatic, then that person who is a lunatic in the state of lunacy, he will not be able to enter into a contract. Those persons who are disqualified by law, they cannot enter into a contract. These things are even explained in detail. So contract with the minor is there, okay, which we have studied in length. Okay, there are various exceptions also to this that also has been, taken care of. Person of unsound mind, even if some person is drunkard, when he is drunk, he will not be able to understand the contract, and accordingly, the contract done at the time of when he is a drunk, he will not be able to understand anything, and it will not be a contract at all. So there are some other persons which are having incapable of entering into a contract. So if some act or some law has determined some persons not to be eligible to enter into a contract, then they will not be able to enter. Next are alien enemies. If the war has broken out, okay, so in that case, the country, then all the people of the country will be alien enemies. Foreign sovereign and ambassadors, because of certain relations with the countries, we do not want to put them in some awkward situation. So they are also treated to be disqualified. So they can, if they want to enter into a contract, they can enter into a contract with help of someone else. These professional persons, corporations, and married women, they are allowed to enter into a contract, so they are not at all declared as incapable. Okay. Next is your free consent. So consent is said to be free if it is not affected by coercion, undue influence, misrepresentation, fraud, or mistake. So for coercion, undue influence, misrepresentation, and fraud, for all these four, the contract will be voidable. Okay, but in case of mistake, the contract will be void. So coercion is section 15, undue influence 16, misrepresentation 17, and fraud is 18. Okay, and mistake is 19 and 21. Okay. So free consent further explained, and coercion means if you are threatening anyone, if some threat is there at the point of pistols, you are doing something, or you are telling someone that okay, I will commit suicide. So these type of threatening are there, then it will be called as a coercion. Okay, and anything which is we are done with the coercion, then it will be at the discretion of the other party to accept the contract or not. Undue influence, when the relations subsisting between the parties are such that one party is in position to dominate the will of the other and uses the position to obtain an unfair advantage. So two main important things, that dominant position and use of unfair advantage. Okay. So if some contract has been entered into, then such contract will also be void. So these contracts can be, means these relationships can be minor, guardian, trustee, beneficiary, solicitor, client, okay, doctor and patient, guru and shishya, okay, so something like that. So in such situation, it can be proved, it can be easily proven that the contract is out of the influence. Okay, some illustrations are given which we have already gone through, explained also. Next is your willful misrepresentation or a fraud. So fraud is an untrue statement which is made knowingly or without belief in the truth, or recklessly or carelessly done. So it has to be a false representation or assertion, and such assertion must be of fact, and such fact is made with the intention to be acted upon, and with this intention to acted upon, it has been represented and induced other party to enter into a contract to deceive him, and the party has also got deceived and has got some damages, indemnified. Okay, and it has got indemnified, and the statement must have either with the knowledge of being false or has been made recklessly, means without knowing it is false or true, whatever, but the intention is to deceive the party. If it is false, it is okay, even if it is true, hardly matters. Okay, then it will be called willful. Because why willful? Because your intention is to deceive the other party and make him enter into a contract. Okay, so that's why it is a willful misrepresentation. That's why it is called fraud. So ambiguum fide, there are certain contexts. These four types of contexts are there where there is must that even you cannot just become silence. Okay, sometimes you do not disclose anything and let the other party disclose the thing. Sometimes it also happens. Okay, because sometimes when we will be studying this Sale of Goods Act, there is a maxim which is called buyer beware. So a buyer can be beware, but the thing is that in these four types of contracts, you have to disclose all, and you cannot leave the other person to just judge the thing whether it is correct or not. You have to actually tell that what is correct and what is not. Okay. Next is your misrepresentation. So willful misrepresentation is fraud, whereas normal misrepresentation is a it is an innocent misrepresentation. Okay. Innocent misrepresentation. There was a misrepresentation assertion. Assertion induced the other party agreed into the contract. The assertion related to the matter of fact, but not as a matter of law. So ignorance of law is not an excuse. Okay, and the statement was not merely an opinion or hearsay. It was a recommendation, or you can say, it was having a reasonable praise, or it was having something which actually binds the other party. Okay, and a statement which has actually has become or turned out to be untrue, which was made with an honest belief of truth. So there is an honest belief in the truth about it, but actually it was found untrue. So even the person who is misrepresenting was not knowing the fact that he is actually he's having misrepresentation. Okay, we have studied about the damages also regarding this, and also we have gone with the difference between fraud and innocent misrepresentation. And one more difference which we have done is this coercion and undue influence. So these all you have to do. So I think three homeworks I determined yesterday also. Chirayu, how many you wrote yesterday? Three assignments, na, which were to be done by everyone. Chirayu, Naman.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so there were some homeworks, assignments which I told you to write it down so that everyone can do it by the end.
Sir,
So yesterday I
sir, I
identified
posted
three.
it on group.
Very good. So yesterday it was three. So today this is two. One is this difference between portion and undue influence. Next is your difference between fraud and misrepresentation. Okay.
Okay,
Further
sir.
is a mistake. Mistake is a mistake of law and mistake of fact. Two types of mistakes are there. Okay, and we have already discussed that the mistake of law is not an excuse. Okay, so it is not excusable. So certain cases regarding mistake of the fact. Okay, mistake must be vital inoperative mistake. Okay, there are mutual, bilateral, unilateral mistakes, mutual common mistakes to subject matter. Okay, mistake as to subject matter, mistake as to this identity of subject matter, quantity of subject matter, quality of subject matter. Okay, so we have discussed certain uh, practical cases also regarding this. So this was all about what we have done in this. So let me ask you now certain questions so that we will be able to revise it further. So Chirayu, first question goes to you, and then you have to tell the name of the other person to whom I can
Yes,
ask.
sir. Hello.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Ask.
Yeah. So so Chirayu, yes, the first question is a person who is convicted of an offense. Okay, or should I just
Okay.
share with you? Just a moment. Lot of windows are actually open. That's why some problem is there. Yes. So I'm sharing with you. I have about a question bank of 820 questions. So out of these questions, the questions will be asked in your exam. Okay. So yes, Chirayu, just answer this. A convict entered into a contract when he can enter, when he is on bail, when he is released from imprisonment, all of the above or none of the above.
Sir, he is released from imprisonment.
So let me tell you, even if he is on bail, he is ready, he is free to go for a contract. Okay, because he is not in the jail. So
Sir,
both
but
A and B are true.
in the bail, it should be like he was on terms and conditions. He's outside of imprisonment.
Of course, it is even for a temporary basis, he is eligible to enter into a contract. When he is imprisoned, then he is not able to enter into. So when the bail is granted, then bail is you can say it is what you call is एक छूट मिल जाती है for a time के लिए. Okay, so person can enter into a contract accordingly. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell me the name of other person.
Sir, Naman.
Naman, you answer this question. Naman Jay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. On attaining the age of majority, a minor agreement is void, cannot be ratified, becomes void, and can be ratified. Come on.
So can be ratified.
Minors agreement. Think once again. Yeah.
Sir, can I?
Yeah. Carry on.
Sir, it is void.
No.
Sir,
it will be ratified.
And it cannot be ratified. It cannot be ratified. Okay. Because I am not asking whether a contract with a minor is. Had I been asking contract with the minor is, then you would have said that it is void. But on attainment the age of, the question is a bit different. On the attainment the age of majority, I am asking only after the attainment of age of majority, still it is void, or can it be ratified? It becomes void when he has attained the majority, or can be ratified. So it cannot be ratified. Okay.
Okay.
Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Okay. Fine. So yes, next one. Tell me the name of one person from your class. For this question. Naman, anyone from your class? Deepak Thanwani. Deepak Thanwani. Chirayu, mark absent. Deepak Thanwani. Akash Jindal. Akash Jindal.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Answer this question which I have highlighted. Parents shall dash for breach of contract by a minor. be held liable, not be held liable, be imprisoned, not to be questioned.
The second one should not be held in label.
Parent shall not be held liable for breach of my contract by a minor. Think once again.
No, sir. I think second one is also. The second one is yoga, sir.
Yeah, they cannot be held liable.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
हेलो
Okay.
दीपक बोल रहा था सर हेलो
आशुतोष शर्मा.
हेलो
Yes.
हेलो सर
आशुतोष
सर
शर्मा.
दीपक बोल रहा हूँ सर मेरा नेट वर्क नहीं कर रहा था इसलिए वो ऑफलाइन हो गया था मतलब कनेक्टिंग हो रहा था बार बार हेलो
Would you still like to answer?
सर मेरा नेट इशू आ रहा है सर बहुत ज्यादा
हाँ.
आप मेरा नेट इशू आ रहा है सर आपकी वॉइस भी क्रैक हो रही है मेरे को
अब ठीक है.
हाँ सर अब ठीक है
Fine. Yes, Deepak Thanwani, would you like to answer?
यस सर
Fine. So question is this one. A minor entered into a contract for borrowing a sum of rupees 40,000, out of which lender paid him rupees 18,000. A, who is a minor, actually executed a mortgage of the property in favor of the lender. Mortgage is valid for any amount, valid to extent of rupees 40,000, is invalid or validated on attaining majority. बताओ.
सर इट्स इनवैलिड
हाँ.
सर इनवैलिड होगा ना बिकॉज सर वो
Very
माइनर
good.
है
It is invalid because he is a minor. It cannot be validated anymore. Okay. So Deepak, tell me name of one other person from your class. Hurry up, anyone. Come on, come on. दीपक कोई मिल नहीं रहा क्या तुमको क्लास में? आयुष वर्मा. आयुष वर्मा. आयुष वर्मा. चिरायु. आयुष वर्मा की एब्सेंट लगाओ.
लगा दी सर.
अजान अयूब. अजान अयूब.
हेलो
हाँ अजान.
हाँ सर
Azan, this is a question for you which is highlighted. An intoxicated person is not competent to contract as he falls in the category of one, person disqualified by law, second, person of unsound mind, person of discarded by society, and enemies of society.
सर बी
कौन सा?
ये वाला
Unsound mind. Very good. Very good. Very good, Azan. Unsound mind.
थैंक यू
Fine. Azan, any other person you just recovered
सर
in class? Anyone? Azan?
सर यशपाल
हाँ जी यशपाल. यशपाल.
हाँ जी सर.
हाँ यशपाल सिंह, आपके लिए क्वेश्चन.
जी सर.
This one. A person is said to be unsound mind at the time of contracting. He is able to understand the terms of the contract. He is capable of forming a rational judgment about the contract and about his interest, either A or B, or D, either A and B. A person is said to be a sound mind. कब?
Sir, if he able to understand the terms and of वाला sir.
So second, ये B वाला नहीं. Rational judgment about the contract.
I'm a bit confused.
Don't get confused. C is दोनों में से एक हो सकता है और D है दोनों ही होंगे. So D वाला सही होगा, दोनों ही होंगे because he should be able to understand also and then he is rational about his decision for making the contract. Okay, fine, no problem.
Okay, sir.
Yashpal, any other person whom you want to recommend in the class?
So Abhay.
Abhay. Okay. Abhay Jain.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Abhay. So you have to answer now. Okay, this question which I have highlighted. Just a moment. Yes, this one. A minor can be held liable for necessities of life supplied to him or a tort committed by him, checks endorsed by him, all of the above.
Sir, first A.
Which one? Necessities supplied to him?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So any other person you would like to recommend? Abhay?
Sir, Deepti.
Deepti? Yes, Deepti, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Tell me this highlighted one. The doctrine of restitution refers to restoration of property or goods obtained by a false representation. This doctrine is beneficial to minors, not applicable to minors, applicable to minors, none of the above. Bolo.
So not applicable to minors.
Okay, not applicable to minors. Restitution. Restoration of the property obtained by false misrepresentation.
So I don't know the answer.
Try once. You have to tell the reason why you are saying any answer. Want to try some other question? Okay, what is the best answer you can say for this?
So none of the above.
You are very correct. It is not applicable to minors. I was just a bit confusing you. So this is because restitution is not on. It can be restituted only if they have the possession of the goods. Okay, and it cannot be beneficial for anyone. Fine. Dipti, any other person you would like to recommend? Come on, hurry up. Dipti, any other person in the class?
Sir, Vaishnavi.
Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi, are you there? Vaishnavi. Are you there, Vaishnavi? Vaishnavi. Okay, mark absent. Chirayu, mark absent to Vaishnavi. Yeah. So, who else will answer it now? Let me ask. Parija Gupta. Parija Gupta. Parija Gupta. Chirayu, mark absent to Parija Gupta. Neha Goplani.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this question is for you. If A renders, A is a capital A over here. Okay, if A renders some service to B at B's desire, and after a month B promises to compensate A for the services rendered by him. Now what it is? It is a present consideration, past consideration, future consideration, or no consideration at all?
A future consideration.
It's a
Future consideration.
future consideration. It's a past consideration because the service has already been rendered, and for that a promise is made in present. So it's a past consideration, not a future consideration. Okay. Yeah. Now tell me name of one person from your class whom I can ask another question.
Sangya.
Sorry.
Sangya.
Who?
Sangya.
Sangya. Sangya is not in this class.
Oh, Sangya in this class.
Sorry.
Sangya is in this class.
संज्ञा इसमें ही है.
Yes, Sangya.
संज्ञा तो नहीं है यहाँ पे. संज्ञा एक्चुअली डी सेक्शन में. पार्थ गौतम.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Parth, a promise.
Yes, sir.
Promise without consideration is gratuitous, devoid any legal obligation, not binding a promiser, and all of the above.
All of the above.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Because it is gratuitous, it is not actually giving for any obligation. Also, it is not binding to. Very good. Very good. So Parth, any other one?
Sir, Akash Jain.
आकाश हो गया ना या नहीं हुआ क्या?
Akash Jain.
आकाश जैन.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Akash. A natural love and affection promises for a natural love and affection promises to give his son B rupees 1000. Okay, natural love and affection है, बाप बेटा है, ठीक है ना? A puts his promise to B into writing and registers it. Now this is a contract, agreement, promise or offer.
Promise.
It writing में ले लिया है उससे. Love and affection भी है, writing में भी ले लिया है. It is a contract, my dear.
Contract.
It is a contract. चलो. Tell me any other name.
Sir, Ashutosh.
हाँ?
Ashutosh.
Ashutosh. Okay, Ashutosh. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Ashutosh. So a simple question for you. Consideration may move from promiser, promisee, either promiser or promisee, or
Both A and B.
promiser and promisee.
Both A and B.
Both A and B. Very good. Excellent. So any other name? Ashutosh.
Sir, Gaurav Sharma.
Gaurav Sharma. Gaurav Sharma, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So Gaurav Sharma, please tell me which of the following is correct. Okay. Consideration may be past, present, but not future. A contract is void if the consideration is inadequate. Acceptance to lesser sum in satisfaction of payment of a larger sum is valid in spite of inadequate consideration. And a stranger to contract can enforce the contract. कौन सा करेक्ट है इसमें से?
Sir, A.
ये करेक्ट है. कंसिडरेशन में भी पास्ट, प्रेजेंट बट नॉट फ्यूचर. अभी तो बताया था टाइप्स ऑफ कंसिडरेशन तीनों होते हैं. पास्ट भी होता है, प्रेजेंट भी होता है, फ्यूचर भी होता है.
Yes, sir.
सो व्हाट एल्स? देखो कौन सा इनकरेक्ट है इसमें से?
Well, sir, maybe C.
मे भी नहीं. एक्सेप्टेंस टू लेसर.
Yes, sir, C.
नहीं भाई. The acceptance to lesser sum and satisfaction of payment of larger sum is valid in spite of. हाँ, ये बिल्कुल सही है. C is correct.
Yes, sir. C is correct.
Fine. Okay. Tell me one another name.
Shubhang.
Shubhang, are you there? Shubhang. Shubhang. Chirayu, mark absent to Shubhang. Any other name?
Sir, Kashish.
Kashish. Kashish, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kashish.
Yes, sir.
Question for you. Forbearance to sue is regarded as invalid consideration, no consideration, valid consideration, or none of the above. You are
Sir,
stopping. You are telling someone not to sue. Is it a valid
C,
consideration, no consideration, invalid, or
valid consideration.
huh?
Sir,
Yeah?
C, valid consideration.
Very good, very good. It's a valid consideration. Can you give an example? सपोज किसी से गाड़ी भिड़ जाती है, सामने वाले की गलती है, अगर वो अपने को पैसे दे देता है तो अपन कहते हैं ना चल तेरे को माफ किया, तेरे पे केस नहीं करेंगे. इट्स लाइक दैट. सो इट्स अ कंसिडरेशन. फाइन. या किसी और का नाम बताओ.
Yes, sir. Sir, sir, Manish.
मनीष.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Manish.
Yes, sir.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
So this one. A contract is said to be caused by undue influence when one party is dominant party, when one party uses its dominance position to get unfair advantage over the other, when parties to the contract are close friends, and parties to contract are near relatives.
Undue influence.
Sir, second one.
Very good. Second is when the undue influence happens. Okay, great. So tell me another name.
Sir, Pranav.
Pranav. Yes, Pranav.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
Pranav, you have to tell me this question. Consent is said to be free when it is not obtained by coercion, fraud, bilateral mistake, either A or B or C, that is coercion, fraud, bilateral mistake, all.
Sir, D.
Okay, it means if it is affected by any of these, then it will be called fine. Good. So any other name?
Sir, Aditya Chopra.
Aditya Chopra, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So this is a question for you. A person is deemed to be in a position to dominate the will of another by undue influence if mental capacity is affected temporarily or permanently by the reason of age, illness, mental or bodily distress, or all of the above.
So all of the above.
Very good. Very good. So tell me name of one another person in your class.
Sir, Raja Singhal.
Sorry?
Raja.
Raghav.
Yes,
Raghav,
sir.
Raghav, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So A applies to a banker for a loan when the money market is very stringent. Banker says the loan could be provided only at a such high interest A's consent is not obtained by undue influence, obtained by undue influence, not obtained by coercion, obtained by fraud.
Say.
Yeah.
Obtained by undue
हाँ यार,
influence.
undue influence. There is no undue influence. Both of the people are not in position. Okay, they are not in position that they influence each other. क्या समझे?
So sir, not obtained by undue.
Not obtained by undue influence, even not obtained by coercion also. कोई coercion भी नहीं, कोई undue influence भी नहीं. Okay, both are correct.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Any other name?
Sir,
Any other name, भाई?
sir, Harshtemani.
हाँ, हर्ष टिबानी. हर्ष टिबानी. टिमानी. हर्ष. हर्ष टिमानी नाम का तो कोई लड़का ही नहीं है यार. ओके, कनिष्क बिलोची.
Sir, तो yes.
Kanishk Bilochi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kanishk. So Kanishk, this is a question for you. If A sells by auction to B a horse which A knows to be unsound, and A says nothing to B about the horse unsoundness, this amount to fraud, not a fraud, unlawful or illegal? बोलो भाई.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just a minute.
हाँ, take your time.
Sir, this is unlawful.
Unlawful? Don't you think it is a fraud? How the person will be able to know that घोड़ा तो पागल है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry.
What sorry? It's not a fraud, my dear. It's not fraud. Unlawful तो है ही नहीं, illegal भी नहीं और fraud भी नहीं है, क्योंकि कुछ काम तो अगले को भी करना चाहिए ना, उसको पता होना चाहिए ना. It is not a fraud. No fraud is there. Fraud तो है ही नहीं इसमें. उसने कहा कि भाई ये मेरा घोड़ा है, अगले को देखना चाहिए, इसको मैं चला वला के देख लूं थोड़ा. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There is one this doctrine of caveat emptor. The buyers beware. Okay, so that is applicable over here. So any other one? The last question. So okay, raise your hands for the last question. Let me see who raises first. Last question I'm going to ask. Raise your hand. Who has raised first? Oh, so many hands. Okay. How? So those people who have answered, they please put your hands down. Those who have answered today. Okay. So Vikramaditya Singh, this question is for you. Last question. Okay. Okay. The important element which distinguishes misrepresentations from fraud is that misrepresentation is an intentional statement, innocent statement, important statement, irrelevant statement. Vikramaditya.
So intentional statement.
Sorry?
Intentional statement A.
Misrepresentation is an innocent statement, my dear. Intentional statement is a fraud.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. No problem, no problem. At least we are learning something. Okay, very good, Vikramaditya. So I hope you have learned, and likewise, such type of questions will be asked in your quiz also. That's why I was just exposing you to all these questions. What I will do is, I will forward all these questions to you. Okay, so you may go through. There are not much, only 820 questions are there. So these 820 questions, if you go through, you will be able to, attend the quiz in a better way. So should I just forward this to all of you? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Fine.
sir.
So Chirayu, can you forward this to all? I have already forwarded it to you.
Sure, sir.
Chirayu, just upload it on our group. So from there they can download, because people nowadays are having, and there are answers also given at the end. So you can see. If you want, I can give you a PDF file. Chirayu, would you need a PDF, or you can convert this into PDF and do the things? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Chirayu, you call me after the class.
Okay.
Fine. Okay, right, guys. Thank you. And let me take the attendance now. Okay. So Aditya Chopra, Akash Jain, Abhay Jain, Abhishek Singh Sisodia, Akash Jindal, Arvind Vishnoi, Ashutosh Sharma, Ayush Verma, Azan Ayub,
Present, sir.
Deepak Thanwani, Dheeraj Lamba, Dipti Rakesh, Devyanshi, Fazal Ahmed, Gaganjeet Singh, Gaurav Sharma, Harshit Gupta, Kanishk, Kashish Sharma, Khushi Wadhwa,
Present. Present, sir.
Lakshay Sharma, Lucky Chaudhary, Manish Khileri, Agarwal, Naman Singh, Neha Goplani, Parth Gautam,
Yes,
Pranav
sir.
Sharma, Priyam Soni, Raghav Malpani,
Present,
Raghav
sir. Priyam
Singhal,
Soni present.
Rajveer Singh Anand,
Raghav
Ishan
Singhal
Goyal,
present, sir.
Rishi Kanungo, Ritik Yadav, Sagar Shirvi, Sahil Khandelwal, Shashank Gusta, Shiyansh Jain, Wang, Sajal, Surbhi Singhal, Tanish Agarwal, Tarun Singh, Ujjwal Gupta, Vikramaditya Singh, Vishal Chaudhary, and Yashpal Singh. Okay.
Present, sir.
Yeah.
Dheeraj present.
Thank you all of you.
सर मेरा नाम तो लिया नहीं.
आ जाएगा धीरज. किसका? धीरज लांबा. हो गया तुम्हारा नाम. ओके. चलो जी. Okay then. Thank you all of you. You can leave the class. I have to check whether this is the attendance is being properly downloaded or not. Yeah. Fine. So thank you all and have a nice day.